Welcome, everyone, and here we are with yet another. I don't really know what to call these. I guess I'll call them Let's Talks. In any case, going with my theme of seeing the people who reply to my videos and then talking about what they wanted me to talk about, we have a response from a guy named Random AJC2, and he writes, "Can you do a video on your opinion of Rock Band / Guitar Hero type games, or one on the Grand Theft Auto clones?" Ooh. You know what? I think I'll start with Rock Band, and depending how long this takes me to rant about, I might do some stuff on the GTA clones. I don't know. So let's go ahead and start with my opinions on Rock Band and Guitar Hero. Yeah, I hate these games. And it's not because I can't play them. I'll admit, I've never done Through the Fire and the Flames on Expert, but I don't like these games. I'm not a big fan of them. Let me explain. Let's go back in time a little bit. You remember a game called Super Mario Brothers? And note, when I say these Guitar Hero games, this is important to note because Dance Dance Revolution does fall into these. Dance Dance Revolution, Guitar Hero, they're all called rhythm games. That's what they are. They're about hitting rhythm, and that's pretty much it. So, I'm talking all these style games. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Let's go way, way back. Way back in the annals of history to the days of the NES. Remember a game called Super Mario Brothers? I do. I remember. I love Super Mario Brothers. I can beat the game raw in less than 7 minutes. Using no tool assists. Okay, there's a video of me doing it in like 8 minutes on here. But regardless, in that game, when I pressed Mario right, Mario ran right. When I pressed jump, Mario jumped. I told Mario what to do. I would run forward, jump on Goombas, I'd collect mushrooms and whatnot. But I was in charge here. I would tell Mario what to do. I am playing the game. I tell Mario what to do, and he does it. That's not the same with rhythm games. Rhythm games are the opposite. Rhythm games tell you what to do. They really do. Rhythm games inform you of what you can do. Games like, they say, and they punish you if you get it wrong, right? They're like, step right. And if you don't step right when they tell you to step right, they punish you. No, you are not good enough. I've seen games actually tell you you suck. So, they're playing you. They're telling you what to do, and you're listening. And it's like the rise of the machines. They're taking over, They don't let you freeform or make any decisions. Your job is to do exactly what the program tells you to do and nothing but what the program tells you to do. And if you don't do exactly what the program tells you to do, you're doing it wrong. The game doesn't let you progress. You get a lower score, and it berates you. So it's like mind control of the video game era. Now, I'm not saying they're all bad, and they can still be a lot of fun, but they're not really games. It's basically glorified Simon Says. Rhythm games are nothing new. Like I said, remember Simon, the little thing? It had, had the lights, and you started out like a genius because you could hit, boop boop, and then you'd follow through boop boop, but then you'd go like 5 turns, and it would be like boop 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 boop, and then you just kind of look at it funny and go crying, or at least I did. In any case, the fact is these rhythm games have been around, and they hit it big when they started with Dance Dance Revolution, and then we had like a million of those. I think I saw like, Dance Dance Revolution, Galactic Revolution Remix, Ultra Mix, or something. They just got crazy, and then we got Guitar Hero, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, it's Guitar Hero!" And people actually think playing Guitar Hero makes them cool, and no, I'm sorry. Anyone who walks around with a toy guitar thinking because they can press buttons it makes them cool. No. I mean, I'll admit they got good music, but they're not exactly great as far as games are concerned. Let's see. What else can I say about these games? Well, I mean, I've always wondered, and let me quote a friend of mine, a brilliant guy by the name of Hugh Henry. He's a game designer that I know, buddy of mine, and Hugh, he's like my mentor. And he's my home dog. Hugh one time said he would like to make a machine and put it in arcades, and this would be called Cash Revolution. Instead of following directions, though, it would just have money denominations. and you would find people who would play it. You would, and it would be funny because you just have like a female voice being like quarter, quarter, nickel, nickel, quarter, quarter, dime, dime, dollar, dollar. You know, because that's, you might as well. That's what you're getting with all these Dance Dance Revolution and Guitar Hero things. They're just eating your money and they're eating your time, and they're not letting you play the game. The game's playing you. So that's my opinion on that. Now someone wanted to know, to go to the second half of this person's question, what are my thoughts on the Grand Theft Auto clones? Sandbox gameplay. I like sandbox gameplay. I really did. There's a thing, though, that I have a view with the Grand Theft Auto clones. And this isn't just with Grand Theft Auto clones. This is with Grand Theft Auto in and of itself. First of all, Grand Theft Auto was absolutely not the best sandbox game, or not the first sandbox game. It was one of the best, definitely, but it wasn't the first. However, you have... Well, let's look at the success of, I will say, the last three mainstream Grand Theft Autos. You had Grand Theft Auto 4, which I own. I have it for the PS3, and it's a beautiful game. Not very fun. They have too many little mini missions that they want you to go on and drag you around, and it takes you away from the whole sandbox aspect that makes these types of games so much fun. And you know, it's just a little bit not as entertaining. And then you have stuff like Grand Theft Auto. You had Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Does anyone remember San Andreas but me? Yeah, you do. Everyone remembers San Andreas. San Andreas, some people liked it, some people didn't. I didn't. I didn't like... I thought the lock-on system was cool. I felt no sympathy for the characters. There's something about this whole gangsta subculture that I'm not really big on, and I think that really killed it for me. And I just am not a fan of that subculture. I think it's a little too realistic. I play video games to get away from realism. And then you have Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which was my favorite of the GTA series. Vice City was a lot of fun. It was the 80s. It was basically a Scarface parody. It was over the top, and it wasn't the real 80s, because I lived in the 80s. The real 80s were not like that. But it was like this kind of nostalgia glasses view of the 80s, and I kind of think that disassociation from reality is important in these types of sandbox games. And I mean, there were better sandbox games too. I mean, one of my favorite ones of the newer generation. So far, none of the sandbox games holds a candle to GTA 4. I love GTA Vice City, because I mean, I would just drive around listening to the radio talk shows because they were hilarious, and I thought that level of production quality was great. But then you started having like clones, like I think Saints Row. Saints Row I wasn't big on. I thought it was a pretty pale comparison. But then they had Saints Row 2, which I loved. Saints Row 2 was just crazy. You could just go nuts. I mean, seriously, I felt like a Batman villain or something running around. I had a mission, I think, where I had to like... the whole point of the mission was just to drive around and hose people with sewage. And that's awesome. And I mean, I'm not saying that other games didn't do it. I mean, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. San Andreas had some missions that were out there, like CJ the fighter pilot. That was kind of fun to do. And the jetpack, which was fun to get hold of. But in general, those games just didn't have everything that was needed, really. I felt that they were either a little too realistic, or like in the case of Grand Theft Auto 4, they were pulling you away from the action. And like Saints Row 2 did it perfectly. Saints Row 2 was just, I could do whatever I really wanted. And that's another thing, though. I mean, maybe it's a rant for another time, but I'm really sick of these sandbox games like the GTA clones and GTA itself saying you can do anything. No, the hell you can't. You can't do whatever you want. It's bullcrap. One, I mean, it's impossible by programming. Two, you can't. You're always forced to be a villain. You're always forced to kind of, do all these crimes and all this other stuff. If you're going to tell me I can do whatever I want, then I want to be a Bible salesman on a corner turning people to the word of the Lord or something. I mean, no, I really don't. I have no desire to do that. But the fact is, if I wanted to do that, and you tell me I can do anything, I should be able to do that, and I can't. So therefore, obviously, I can't do anything. So I think that really so I guess my final thought on the Grand Theft Auto clones. I mean, I should have done this probably as its own topic, but my final thought on the GTA clones is that they're not bad games, and sometimes some of the GTA clones do GTA better than GTA did it. GTA 4 was annoying, constantly getting cell phone calls from people I didn't want to interact with. Yeah, that sucked. So there you go. That's my take on it. Grand Theft Auto clones, bring them on, so long as you bring something different, and don't tell me you can do anything, and unless I can, and make sure that I'm disassociated from reality enough that I can just enjoy driving around smashing into stuff. So that's my thoughts on GTA clones and Rock Band Guitar Hero. If you want to hear me talk about any other topics, maybe elaborate on these more or whatever, leave a post. I'm at 10 minutes and 55 seconds. Have a good day.